They dig up their dead relatives and dress them like they're still alive. Then they take them outside, walk them through the village, and stand beside them for photographs. This isn't a horror movie. It's an ancient tradition in Indonesia called Ma Nene. The Toraja people live mainly in the mountainous region of South Sulawesi, Indonesia. For them, death is not always viewed as the final separation. Instead, it can be seen as part of a much longer journey. When someone dies, the family may keep the body for a period of time. Family members may even speak to them as though they are still present. Then comes the funeral. And for some Torajan families, the relationship with the dead continues long after burial. This is where Ma Nene comes in. But here is the strange part. The ritual is not simply about remembering someone. The dead are physically brought back into the world of the living. During Ma Nene, family members brings out the remains of their ancestors. The bodies are cleaned, old clothing is removed, and fresh clothing is carefully placed on them. Some families also repair or replace damaged clothing and belongings. Then comes one of the most unsettling sights. The deceased may be positioned upright. They can appear to be standing beside their relatives. Some hand the dead body cigarettes. Families gather around them. Children may even be introduced to ancestors they never personally knew. To an outsider, it can look terrifying, but to the family, it can represent love, respect, and remembrance. Here is where Ma Nene becomes more fascinating. The ritual is connected to the Torajan belief that family bonds continue beyond death. The dead remain part of the family. So caring for an ancestor is not necessarily seen as something strange. It can be an expression of respect. Think about the way living relatives prepare themselves for an important family gathering. They wash, they dress properly, they make themselves presentable. Ma Nene applies a similar idea to the dead. The body is cleaned, the clothes are changed, and the family spends time together. But there is another reason this ritual matters. It keeps memories alive. Because when someone dies, photographs and stories can eventually fade, but physically returning to the grave creates a powerful connection between generations. Families may use the occasion to gather together. Relatives who live far away can return home. They remember those who came before them. They tell stories, and they reconnect with one another. So although the images can look disturbing, the meaning behind them can be deeply personal. It is not about celebrating death. It is about refusing to let someone become forgotten. That is the strange paradox of Ma Nene. The dead are physically brought back, so the living can remember them. Ma Nene is not performed identically by every Torajan family. Practices can vary between communities and families. Some ceremonies involve elaborate preparation. Others are much simpler. And the ritual is not something that happens constantly. It is traditionally associated with particular family and community traditions. So the next time you see a photograph of a dead person standing beside their family in Indonesia, remember what you were actually looking at. Not a zombie, not a resurrection, and not a horror movie. You are looking at a family trying to maintain a connection with someone they lost. A person who may have been gone for years, but who is still remembered. Because for the Toraja, death may end a person's life, but it does not necessarily end their place within the family. And perhaps that is what makes Ma Nene so haunting. The ritual forces us to confront a question most of us would rather avoid. What if saying goodbye didn't have to mean letting go? If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more strange traditions, forgotten history, and real stories that sound completely impossible. And remember, sometimes the most unbelievable stories are the ones that are actually true.